State of the Science Colloquium on wireless technology, such as cellular telephones and personal communication systems, was held November 13th through 15th, 1995, at the University La Sapienza of Rome, Italy. The colloquium was sponsored by Wireless Technology Research of Washington, D.C., an independent scientific research group, along with the International Committee on Wireless Communication Health Research. The meeting provided an international forum to present information and discuss research evaluating the potential public health risks of wireless technologies.
The theme bringing us together for the next 3 days is at once simple and complex. I believe that we all share a common interest in identifying public health problems associated with wireless communication technology and in prescribing and implementing workable solutions to those problems.
In the first day's panel discussion on the state of the science regarding RF dosimetry, measurements, and certification, Dr. Om Gandhi presented data which showed that great advances have been made in the ability to measure the very low levels of RF radiation from wireless technology. He focused on sophisticated computer modeling involving the finite difference time domain method.
And we will come in from the shielded side and move towards the illuminated side. So there is very little SAR in the beginning, and that region then expands. You start to see higher regions of SAR as you move closer.
The next speaker, Dr. Niels Kuster, spoke to certification methods employing sophisticated phantom probe measurements, including E-field Shell Phantoms probes filled with brain-simulated liquids.
Measurement setups also satisfy the other requirements, the ability to test randomly selected devices, has a high degree of reproducibility, high degree of reliability, it's time efficient, it takes less than 15 minutes to assess the spatial peak SAR.
So, so far there's no exposure system in the world can really duplicate this cellular telephone exposure in animals. So that's why we get this contract from WTR at City of Hope. We're to quantify the cellular telephone. Our first priority to design the animal head exposure system to simulate this exposure. So in the future, we'll also get involved in the human and SAR determination. If we want to have an in vitro exposure system, we should use the same cellular telephone frequency and SAR levels. And for simulating human exposures to cellular telephone, we need animal exposure systems which provide as close as possible. We cannot say we can provide identical because it's impossible. It's as close as possible to the SAR distributions.
Whose records were supplied by telephone companies and linked to mortality data. Dr. Rothman said after 1 year, preliminary results of the continuing surveillance program shows no distinction in overall age-specific mortality rates between mobile and portable cell phone users. Dr. Rothman said a new study currently being considered will focus on the areas of the country with the highest levels of power output per telephone call. Users will be directly contacted and their health outcomes analyzed.